If you're one of the millions of families who rely on Costco's frozen dinner section to solve busy weeknight chaos, you need to hear this. I just spent 2 weeks testing every major frozen dinner in their freezer aisles, and what I discovered could save you from some genuinely dangerous food safety disasters. Some of these meals contain enough sodium to spike your blood pressure for days. Others have been recalled for listeria contamination that sent families to the hospital. And one popular item contains 1,370 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly your entire daily limit in a single serving that could leave you swollen and miserable. Today, we're ranking 12 of Costco's most popular frozen dinners, from genuinely risky to surprisingly excellent. Hit subscribe, because this investigation could protect your family's health and save you serious money. Let's start with the 7 frozen disasters that should come with warning labels. Number 7. Marie Callender's chicken pot pies. The soggy disaster. Taking our 7th spot are Marie Callender's chicken pot pies, and these represent everything that can go wrong when you try to recreate home-style cooking in a factory freezer. Professional taste tests consistently describe these as a soggy, gloopy fail that literally sticks to the pan during cooking. Here's what Marie Callender's doesn't advertise. These pot pies suffer from what food scientists call moisture migration. The filling releases so much liquid during cooking that it turns the bottom crust into what can only be described as edible paste. You're not getting flaky, golden pastry. You're getting soggy disappointment that falls apart in your hands. The chicken pieces are sparse and have that processed texture that immediately signals industrial food production rather than home-style cooking. What should be tender, flavorful protein becomes rubbery bits swimming in an over-salted gravy that tastes more like sodium paste than actual chicken stock. The vegetables, when present, are mushy and flavorless, more like colored paste than actual carrots and peas. The whole assembly becomes a uniform beige mess that bears no resemblance to the golden, flaky pot pie pictured on the package. For busy families expecting home-style comfort food, these pot pies deliver industrial disappointment that could ruin family dinner and force expensive backup meal solutions. Number 6. Café Dasheen beef and broccoli, the rubber disaster. Moving up to number 6 is Café Dasheen beef and broccoli, a frozen meal that proves some cuisines should never be mass-produced and frozen. This dish consistently earns reviews describing dry meat that reheats to rubber, with sauce that can't save the disaster underneath. Here's the fundamental problem. Beef and broccoli requires precise timing and temperature control to maintain texture and flavor. The freezing and reheating process destroys the protein structure in the beef, creating what food scientists call thermal shock. The meat contracts and expels moisture, leaving you with chewy, flavorless protein that resembles rubber more than beef. The broccoli suffers an even worse fate. What should be crisp, vibrant vegetables becomes mushy. Gray matter that's lost all nutritional value and appealing texture. The freezing process ruptures cell walls, creating vegetables that fall apart during reheating while releasing bitter compounds that affect the entire dish. The sauce, which should tie everything together, becomes a gloopy mess that can't mask the fundamental problems with the protein and vegetables. It's over-salted and artificially thickened, creating a coating that makes everything taste like sodium paste rather than authentic Chinese cuisine. For families craving authentic flavors, this represents everything wrong with frozen ethnic cuisine. High prices for low quality that makes you appreciate why some foods shouldn't be frozen. Number 5. Kirkland Signature Beef Lasagna, the bland grease bomb. Taking the number 5 spot is Kirkland's beef lasagna, and this one particularly stings because it carries Costco's house brand reputation. Professional reviewers consistently describe this as a bland, greasy mess, so disappointing that toddlers spit it out. And when toddlers reject your food, you know something has gone fundamentally wrong. Here's what Costco doesn't want you to know about their house brand lasagna. The layers are poorly constructed, creating uneven cooking that results in some sections being overcooked, while others remain cold. The cheese doesn't melt properly, instead separating into greasy puddles that coat everything in an unappetizing film. The beef filling is sparse and flavorless, suggesting the use of low-grade meat mixed with excessive fillers to reduce costs. What should be rich, savory meat sauce becomes a bland paste that provides no meaningful flavor or satisfaction. But here's what's particularly concerning for health-conscious families. The grease content is so excessive that it creates digestive issues for anyone with sensitive stomachs. The saturated fat levels could trigger problems for anyone managing cholesterol or heart conditions. The pasta layers become mushy and indistinguishable from the filling, creating a uniform, beige mass that lacks any textural interest. You're essentially eating expensive, oversalted paste that bears no resemblance to authentic Italian lasagna. For Costco members who trust the Kirkland brand for quality, this lasagna represents a betrayal of that trust. House brand pricing with subpar execution that makes you question other Kirkland products. Number 4. Tyson chicken strips. The additive-loaded disappointment. Moving into our number 4 spot are Tyson chicken strips, which professional reviewers describe as chewy freezer hogs that leave buyers regretting every bite. These strips represent everything wrong with industrial chicken processing disguised as convenient family food. Here's the shocking truth about these chicken strips. They're loaded with additives, preservatives, and sodium phosphates that extend shelf life but destroy any resemblance to actual chicken. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry experiment with more unpronounceable chemicals than recognizable food components. The texture is the immediate giveaway. These strips have that bouncy, artificial feel that signals heavy processing and chemical treatment. Real chicken should have natural texture variation, but these strips are uniformly rubbery, suggesting the use of mechanically separated chicken reformed into strip shapes. The breading falls off during cooking, leaving you with naked, flavorless protein swimming in artificial coating crumbs. What should be crispy, satisfying chicken becomes a disappointing mess that requires heavy saucing just to be edible. The cooking instructions don't work. Follow them exactly, and you get either overcooked, dry strips, or undercooked centers that could pose food safety risks. It's like the product was designed by people who never actually tried cooking it. Number 3. Green and sunny pad thai, the cultural disaster. Taking the number 3 spot is green and sunny pad thai, a frozen meal so problematic that reviewers describe it as a mushy fake-out that tastes like drunk Mexican pad thai nightmare. This dish represents cultural appropriation through industrial food processing, and the results are genuinely offensive to both Thai cuisine and your taste buds. Here's what makes this pad thai particularly insulting. Authentic pad thai requires precise balance of sweet, sour, salty, and umami flavors, achieved through fresh ingredients and proper technique. This frozen version tastes like someone described pad thai to a computer and asked it to recreate the experience using only artificial flavors and preservatives. The noodles become mushy and clump together during reheating, losing any resemblance to the chewy, distinct rice noodles that make pad thai appealing. Instead, you get a uniform mass of overcooked starch that falls apart in your mouth. The sauce is aggressively sweet, with artificial flavors that overpower any other taste components. What should be complex flavor balance becomes cloying sweetness that leaves you feeling sick rather than satisfied. The tamarind flavor tastes more like artificial fruit punch than authentic Thai ingredients. The vegetable and protein components are so processed and artificial that they bear no resemblance to fresh ingredients. You're getting textured vegetable protein and artificial flavoring rather than actual food, creating a meal that's more chemistry experiment than cuisine. Number 2. El Monterey chicken taquitos, the recall nightmare. Moving into our number 2 spot are El Monterey chicken taquitos. And these earn their high ranking through a combination of poor quality and genuine safety concerns. Professional reviewers describe these as dough bombs with listeria scares that you should literally throw out rather than risk eating. Here's what makes these taquitos genuinely dangerous. El Monterey has faced multiple listeria recalls that sent contaminated products to stores nationwide. Listeria can be fatal for pregnant women, elderly individuals, and anyone with compromised immune systems, turning a convenient dinner into a potential medical emergency. The construction problems are immediately apparent even when the products aren't contaminated. The filling is described as scant, meaning you're paying for what amounts to seasoned paste wrapped in excessive amounts of processed tortilla. The chicken-to-wrapper ratio is so poor that most bites are just fried dough. The cooking process creates additional problems. The outside burns before the inside heats through, creating temperature gradients that could allow harmful bacteria to survive in the cooler centers. Food safety experts warn that uneven heating in recalled products creates perfect conditions for foodborne illness. The taste, when you can safely eat them, is disappointing. Artificial flavoring and excessive sodium that masks any actual chicken flavor. You're risking your family's health for food that doesn't even taste good. Number 1. Kirkland Signature Frozen Chicken Bakes. The sodium bomb disaster? Taking the top spot for frozen dinners to absolutely avoid are Kirkland's frozen chicken bakes, earning the title through a combination of dangerous sodium levels and disappointing execution. Professional reviewers describe these as food court flops at home that deliver burnt crust, salty disaster with sodium levels that could genuinely harm your health. The crust burns before the interior heats through, creating uneven cooking that could allow harmful bacteria to survive in the cooler centers. You're getting food that's simultaneously overcooked and undercooked, a remarkable achievement in culinary failure. The filling is sparse and flavorless despite the astronomical sodium content. What should be tender chicken and cheese becomes a salty paste that overwhelms your taste buds while delivering minimal actual nutrition. You're essentially eating a sodium delivery system disguised as food. But here's what makes this particularly insulting. These are supposed to recreate Costco's popular food court item, but the frozen version fails spectacularly. The food court version, while not healthy, at least tastes good. The frozen version delivers all the health risks with none of the satisfaction. For Costco members who trust the Kirkland brand, these chicken bakes represent the worst kind of betrayal. House brand products that could genuinely harm your health while delivering terrible taste and value. If you've made it this far through these genuinely concerning frozen disasters, I appreciate your patience. If this investigation is helping you avoid dangerous food choices and protect your family's health, hit that like button. It really helps our channel out and we can continue doing what we're doing. Now, the difference between these dangerous failures and our top 5 winners isn't just about taste or convenience. It's about food companies that understand their responsibility to your health versus those that prioritize profit margins over food safety and nutritional integrity. The best frozen dinners maintain proper sodium levels, use recognizable ingredients, and cook evenly without creating food safety risks that could harm your family. Number 5. Ajinomoto Yakitori Fried Rice, the quick savory win. Starting our winners list is Ajinomoto Yakitori Fried Rice, described by reviewers as a quick savory win that's become a Canadian lunch legend. This frozen meal proves that Asian cuisine can be successfully adapted to frozen format when companies prioritize authentic flavors over cost-cutting. The key to this fried rice's success is understanding how to maintain texture and flavor through the freezing process. The rice grains stay separate and don't become mushy during reheating, while the yakitori chicken maintains its savory, slightly sweet flavor profile that makes it genuinely appealing. The sodium content is reasonable at levels that enhance flavor without creating health risks for anyone managing blood pressure or heart conditions. You get authentic taste enhancement rather than the salt overload that plagues other frozen Asian meals. The vegetable components maintain their color and texture, while marmierishinex maintains its spash, providing genuine nutrition rather than just filler. The cooking instructions actually work, producing evenly heated rice with properly warmed protein and vegetables. What sets this apart is attention to authentic Japanese flavors, rather than trying to create Americanized versions that please no one. The yakitori seasoning is complex and satisfying, creating a meal that actually tastes like something you'd order at a Japanese restaurant. Number 4. Rana beef and short rib lasagna, the luxury success. Taking the number 4 spot is Rana beef and short rib lasagna, described by food critics as luxury short rib melt that achieves golden perfection. This premium frozen meal proves that higher prices can deliver genuinely superior quality when companies prioritize ingredients over profit margins. The short rib component sets this apart from typical frozen lasagnas. Short rib requires slow cooking to break down tough connective tissues, and Rana has successfully adapted this technique to frozen format, creating tender, flavorful meat that rivals restaurant preparation. The cheese blend uses real Italian cheeses rather than processed alternatives, creating proper melting characteristics and authentic flavor that makes each bite satisfying rather than disappointing. The layers are properly constructed, ensuring even cooking and proper texture throughout. The pasta maintains its structure during reheating, avoiding the mushy texture that plagues cheaper alternatives. The sauce is well balanced, providing richness without the excessive grease that makes other frozen lasagnas inedible. While more expensive than budget alternatives, the quality justifies the price point. For families who want genuine Italian flavors without the time investment of homemade lasagna, this delivers exceptional value. Number 3, Motor City Pizza Co. Detroit Style, the Pizza Perfection. Coming in at number 3 is Motor City Pizza Co. Detroit Style Pizza, praised by reviewers for caramelized edges that explode, and described as the best pizza hack in frozen food. This pizza demonstrates how regional specialties can be successfully adapted to frozen format through attention to authentic technique. Detroit-style pizza requires specific preparation methods to achieve the characteristic crispy, caramelized edges and airy interior. Motor City has successfully recreated these techniques in frozen format, producing pizza that rivals what you'd get from authentic Detroit pizzerias. The cheese blend creates proper browning and flavor development, while the sauce application follows traditional Detroit-style methods. The crust achieves that perfect balance of crispy exterior and tender interior that makes Detroit-style pizza distinctive. The cooking instructions are precise and actually work, producing consistently excellent results that look and taste like the package photos. The pizza cooks evenly without burning or remaining undercooked in the center. The portion size provides excellent value for families, while the quality rivals specialty pizza restaurants at a fraction of the cost. The ingredients are recognizable and pronounceable, avoiding the chemical additives that plague cheaper frozen pizzas. For pizza lovers who want authentic regional styles without leaving home, this delivers genuine Detroit-style experience in convenient frozen format. Number 2, Kirkland Signature Pepperoni Thin Crust Pizza, the value champion. Moving up to number 2 is Kirkland's Pepperoni Thin Crust Pizza, described as crispy $5 pies that stun and test, and praised as a party saver. This house brand pizza proves that Costco can deliver exceptional value when they focus on execution over gimmicks. The thin crust achieves perfect crispiness without becoming brittle or burnt, while the sauce and cheese ratios are precisely balanced to create satisfying flavor without overwhelming any single component. The pepperoni is properly distributed and maintains its flavor through the freezing process. The value proposition is exceptional. These pizzas cost significantly less per serving than delivery or restaurant alternatives while delivering comparable quality. For families feeding multiple people, the cost savings are substantial without sacrificing satisfaction. The cooking process is foolproof, producing consistent results that look and taste like the package promises. For busy families who want quality pizza without the expense and wait time of delivery, this delivers restaurant-quality results at warehouse store pricing. Number 1, Kirkland Signature Italian Sausage and Beef Lasagna, the family hero. Taking the number 1 spot is Kirkland's Italian Sausage and Beef Lasagna, earning an impressive 4.7 out of 5 rating from 318 reviews and described as a 6-pound family hero that's zesty, cheesy, and beats Stouffer's. This lasagna represents frozen dinner perfection through proper ingredients and execution. The meat blend of Italian sausage and beef creates complex, satisfying flavors that rival homemade lasagna. The sausage provides authentic Italian seasoning, while the beef adds richness and substance, creating a filling that's genuinely satisfying rather than just filling space. The cheese blend uses real Italian cheeses that melt properly and create authentic flavor, rather than the processed alternatives that plague cheaper lasagnas. The layers are properly constructed, ensuring even cooking and proper texture throughout the massive 6-pound format. The sauce is well balanced with authentic Italian herbs and spices that enhance rather than mask the meat and cheese flavors. The pasta maintains its structure during the long cooking time required for such a large format, avoiding the mushy texture that ruins other frozen lasagnas. This feeds 8 to 10 people at a cost per serving that's significantly less than restaurant alternatives while delivering comparable quality. After 2 weeks of testing Costco's frozen dinner selection, here's what I learned. When companies prioritize authentic ingredients and proper cooking techniques, frozen dinners can deliver genuine value and satisfaction. When they prioritize cost-cutting over food safety and quality, they create expensive disappointments that could harm your health. The winners all demonstrate 3 key principles: reasonable sodium levels, recognizable ingredients, and cooking instructions that actually work. The losers fail because they treat frozen dinners as industrial food processing rather than convenient home cooking. Your strategy should be simple. Stick to the proven winners, like that Italian sausage lasagna and Motor City pizza. Avoid the sodium bombs, recalled products, and disappointing execution that could waste money and potentially harm your health. When you're standing in that frozen food aisle, remember this ranking. If this frozen dinner investigation helped you become a smarter Costco shopper, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives that could protect your family's health and change how you shop for convenient meals.